for me, in the MultiFutures project, what we're trying to provide is kind of like, okay, there's this kind of like, how would you call this, mainstream idea that growth is, economic growth. And that is our ultimate goal. But in MultiFutures project, what we're trying to say that there are other ways to actually grow in some sense. And what we're going to provide is kind of a concrete ideas of what these alternative growth could look like, which could then help the policymakers create their own policies and preparation for this kind of future, if ever this is something that we would like to have in the end. So sustainability, the discussion about sustainability is always contentious, and more especially now. So what we do is that we add, serious game design elements into the discussions of sustainability issues or problems. In this sense, what we actually are creating is a safe space wherein the people can, for example, experiment, play different roles, walk in someone else's shoes to see how, what the others are actually, the different perspectives that other people are experiencing or are facing, so that they can learn from that experience. At the same time, we treat it like a laboratory wherein they can experiment on things where, okay, on real life, I wouldn't do any of these things, but what if I am this kind of person, what would I do? So I can try to learn, from a different perspective of how they do things. So that's how we kind of like make use of the serious game design elements when discussing about, complex sustainability issues. The ASM method, or the Anticipatory Systems Mapping Method, it's a participatory, systematic, and visual method of co-creating desired futures or visions and the pathways to get to those visions. So what we aim here in ASM is to not to create a wish list, especially when we are co-creating the pathways. In this way, what we do is we directly address the barriers towards this desired future or vision, so that it's also a wake-up call, in a sense, because what if this pathway doesn't have a particular solution right now, potentially because if it's a technological problem or something else. So it can prompt you that potentially this pathway is impossible, in fact, or it requires you to reframe the problem altogether. So then you can become very creative in terms of trying to find a solution to these pathways, right? And in the MultiFutures project, the main idea is that, as I mentioned, we're co-creating futures, the desired futures, right? But in this case, this co-creation process is guided by the alternative growth paradigm. So simply put, that's how it is.